servant leader is someone who serves others, who believes the best in others, and who works to help them improve and to grow. They're not caught up in their own ego. They really, in the workplace, in nonprofits, in communities of faith, in homes, is that they want other people to learn and grow, and they live to serve. Keep going. Whenever you hit a roadblock with anything, you have to keep going. You have to find a way through it. You're probably not going to be able to go around it, but you have to find a way through it, through self-reflection, through re-examining yourself, through finding another way to connect with the person or people, your team or whatever, and you just keep trying and you really never give up. There are often other outcomes that happen that you didn't count on, and sometimes that's the joy in it. But don't give up. Never give up. The servant leadership journey is definitely worth the trip. To learn all they can about servant leadership. If you ask me what advice would I give people, I would have them to learn as much as they can, to read, to study, and obviously the materials that the Servant Leader Institute has are amazing, and to start slow. Start with the 9 behaviors, but to read and reflect and learn, and then hopefully put themselves in with other people who are on the same journey. Because often the people who are not on this journey, they don't understand when you start this journey. And so you need to be around people in the company of, or connected, even if you do it through social media, with others who are on this same journey. I think that's critical. Oh my gosh, I mean, it will change the climate unbelievably. I mean, and we know from companies that have adopted the servant leader culture is that their bottom line, they make more money, they really do. The retention of their employees, the growth of their employees, it can have a wonderful effect on the business community. And as we get more millennials and even the Zs who are coming into, Generation Zs who are coming into the workplace, they want to work in places that reflect their values. And thank goodness we're getting back to some of those values where we value people, we value each other, we value family, we value being decent to each other. And so that's what people are looking for. I mean, I think not only the business community, but the nonprofit community, government community, everybody's craving this. And it can have a significant difference in the business community. And I think if people in the business community explain it to their shareholders, they'll get it. They will get it. They will get it. And it does impact the bottom line, and it will impact the bottom line, and can impact the bottom line in a very, very positive way, while adding value for the customers as well as the people who work there. I am so heartened by seeing young people again move to the forefront of being advocates, for being that courageous servant leader, and they may not even know that they're servant leaders because what they're doing is on behalf of other people. They've gone through what they've gone through, and they are now trying to make a difference on a larger scale. And that is what is so important. As I said earlier, in the civil rights movement, and when I grew up in the 60s, it was young people. It was college students and it was high school students who did the sit-ins at the lunch counters. And it was young people who marched for Dr. King. And Dr. King himself was a very young man at that time. And the idea that it would be young people who will actually transform our country. And so I'm so excited to see that. As you know, I'm a mature person, and so I'm very excited to see young people moving into advocacy and public education and speaking up for what they believe in and being courageous and stepping out on behalf of this, what I call this just and caring world. I think one of the things is being able to meet people where they are. Empathy. My journey may not be your journey, and certainly the people in my life, I had a different journey than they did, but they were able to meet me where I was and value me for who I was. They weren't trying to, the true leaders were not the people who had the titles, but the true leaders were not trying to turn me into something that I wasn't. They wanted me to be the best person I could be, and they helped me and met me where I was, helped me to grow. They didn't judge me for who I was. And then hopefully I became and still become a better person for being in their presence and being in their lives and having them in my life. And then I try to do the same thing for other people.